everybody. Welcome to episode 52 of the Knitting Posse. I'm Kate.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Laura, coming to you from Scotland.
Yeah, so if you've all been with us for a while, welcome back. And you might remember this format from COVID.
Oh my gosh.
So we decided to Zoom. We did a thank you to some people who are more techie than us, get some ideas of how to do a live on YouTube, but we knew we were familiar with this way of podcasting, and so we figured we'd get back to doing it this way because it was easier for us. So it should be posted later on today, and we hope you enjoy. Let's get started first of all with our big news. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow is our cast on for our knit along. Whoop, whoop.
2 days, Saturday. Today's Thursday.
Saturday is our cast on for our knit along.
Hoover.
Yeah, we don't edit either, so. Saturday, April 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern time, East Coast, Eastern Connecticut. You all can plug it into your Google and figure out what time it is for you. Right. But for us, it will be 2:00 in the afternoon. And we will have the Zoom link. It's already up in our Ravelry group. And mYak will be sending it in their newsletter. I don't know if Julie's sending out a newsletter or not, but you can find it there.
On our Instagram also, how to find it.
And we will post it in the show notes below this and on Ravelry after when this goes up. So we hope to see you on the Zoom Saturday, April 22nd at 2 p.m.
I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for it too. Now, remember, this knit along has no rules, which you will see when we get to our whips. So if you have your yarn and you are raring to go for it. The only rule is you have to knit a Julie Hoover pattern. That's really the only rule, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
So yeah. So we are very excited for that. And we are actually going to have a quick meeting with Paola and Julie right after we podcast today. Yeah. So we'll get some more details. Yeah.
Anybody in Scotland joining us for the knit along?
Well, the only one I know of is Amy Palco, who is knitting that Luca scarf out of a ginger twist. Yeah, Kate, I will get that for you if you want it. You know, just even. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's some kind of wool and it has a lot of silk in it, and it has a gleam to it that is just glorious. I saw it yesterday in person, and it like glows, that especially that color. It's so beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'll get you some if you want.
It's gorgeous. All right, we'll talk.
The Luca shawl is beautiful.
That's been on your list.
It has been on
years and years and
that
years.
Was up there with years. My no frills.
Yes, and you've done that. So
I did it.
I guess it's time for the Luca.
I have the pattern. I have it all. Yeah, it's just lots of stuff on the list.
Yeah.
So he can't come in.
Sorry, okay. I got to get Remy.
So yeah, I just cast mine on yesterday. Yeah, and I did a swatch too, Laura.
I just cast mine on recently too. You guys will see in a little bit. I got a little excited.
Yeah, you did. But
I did.
How could you not? It was so beautiful. The yarn's glorious. So I know. Yep. All right, we'll go back to our format.
All right, let's go with what we are wearing. Kim.
Ta-da!
Oh, I love this thing. This is the Ninilchik Swoncho by Caitlin Hunter. Second one I've ever knit. I don't usually. Oh, Laura, feel this. I used Lamb & Kid Todd from Lamb & Kid out in what's the island?
Bainbridge Island.
Colorwood Drift. Oh, Fox. Yeah. Carnation is the pink and beautiful. Otter is the dark brown. No, I made the first size. I know some people don't like this so much. I don't care. I love it. It's so comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. So soft, and it blocked out beautifully. And I had to make this. I know I copied Caitlin from Caddy Jack's Knits. And so I cannot take the credit for this color combo, but
It's
I had
so
to
good.
steal it. I had to steal it. It's so everything's in my Ravelry page, like how many skeins I bought and what needle, and I did do the first size, and I love knitting color work too.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
beautiful. It's definitely you just bumped that up on my list.
Yeah,
I know.
Laura,
I don't know what colors, but I have to do one.
and I've got to say the Lemon Todd is fabulous.
Lemon Kid Todd.
That too. All of those are fabulous.
The day shades.
Day shades. Exactly. If you ever want me to rename your yarn company, I can do it for you. I cannot wait to use their yarn again. And I do have a lot left over because these, this is only one skein, and one of them I had to break into a second skein. So I have some nice leftovers. So
it's so good.
I know. So good. So yay me.
All right.
Okay.
Laura.
Beautiful.
Love it.
I'm wearing my Fjolla. I know, boring. I didn't, well, boring because everyone's seen it several times, but it's definitely, it's one of my just go-to sweaters. It's in the mYak baby lace in that teal color. What's it called? Petrol. Thank you. My brain isn't working so well. Okay. And it's a Isabel Kramer Fjolla, Fjolla. Love it, love it, love it. It's the perfect weight for here because it's
show us your sleeves.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I always wear a long sleeve t-shirt underneath that because it's so pretty.
Good pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Laura and I knit the exact same color. That was for the Isabel Kramer knit along that we did with Kim and Jonna. And Laura and I knit the exact same sweater in the exact same color. And
which I think is a first for us, right?
It is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kim and I do it all the time, but
we do it all the time, and I've copied Laura, but
yeah, that was the first that we're twinning. And but I was gonna say I do not ever wear a long sleeve t-shirt under mine. I don't care if you can see the lace.
Well, your skin's white enough that it pops.
That was mine.
You don't need that t-shirt, Laura.
Yeah, Laura. It does actually show up more.
That Scottish tan coming.
Yeah.
I'm terrified for when I come back. Everyone's going to be like, ready. And I'm going to be like,
I know.
It's really gray and cold here today. I mean, as you can tell by our sweaters.
The weather's been crazy here.
Insane.
I mean, last week was
90.
Oh, she turned her air conditioner on.
Yes.
Jay would not.
I would too.
It was so hot last week.
It was ridiculous.
90.
Yeah.
A couple of days in a row. And now it's freezing again.
It's like 40 something.
Typical New England spring.
Just a minute. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. The weather changes.
Exactly.
So I am wearing an FO. This is my Aldous, also by Isabel Kramer. And I knit it in Woolfolk Snow.
Laura, you should touch this. Is amazing.
Well, yeah, touch this one.
I love it.
That it's 100% wool, but it's like the softest wool you've ever felt. It's Orvis 21 Ultimate Merino. And I think the 21 is like the micron count, which is like the softness scale that they use for wool. And it's ridiculous.
No, it feels like cashmere. It feels with silk in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, the Aldous it's gorgeous. Sorry. It has the faux seam on the arm and the side. And then I'm not as tall as Kim, but it has a split hem and it has a Latvian braid here and on the cuffs.
It
has these cool,
it's got a seam going down the back.
And then it has the shoulder. I forget what they're called.
Saddle,
but they're it's
contiguous.
I don't.
Contiguous.
It's not a saddle shoulder, but I don't remember what she calls them. But anyway, she does them a lot on her sweaters, and they fit really well. I just finished this maybe last week. I've been knitting it forever. And it's great. It's very like sweatshirty, comfy.
It is. It's bougie sweatshirt.
It is bougie sweatshirty. Yeah. So that is the Aldous by Isabel Kramer. And actually we got the yarn when we went last year in November, I think it was, up to Stars Hollow Yarns, which is a yarn shop in
Washington,
Connecticut. Beautiful area.
Oh.
And Kim and Jonna made me buy this.
They're not good. I mean,
Right?
They're
Yeah.
not going to help my budget.
No, well, Jonna actually was really good. She bought the same yarn, maybe not the same color, but I think she bought it to do a muscle burrow.
She did.
2 different colors.
It was beautiful.
But I went ahead, I tried the sample sweater on, and that was it. I was done.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But yeah, and it's really cozy and comfy, and
Wolf,
and it's finally done.
It doesn't pill on me as much.
No, and I haven't knit with the snow. So the snow it's a fingering weight sweater. I have not knit with the snow yet. It did take me forever.
Didn't feel like it,
but it felt like it to me. But it's super soft, and I will get a lot of wear out of it. So I'm really happy with it.
Laura, you probably feel this way, like fingering, you hear the word, you see that it's in the pattern, and you're like, but it's the sweater I most wear.
I know, that's what I'm trying to,
it's all
I
worth
want
it.
to wear those lightwait. Yeah, exactly.
What do you say? Put on your big girl panties.
Yeah.
And just do it.
Yeah. And it's like a marled yarn. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
It's really cool. So
yeah, snow is a strand each of tinned, TYND.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's 01 and 02. And 01 would be the white, and 02 is the light gray. And if you could buy tin, TYND, in 01 or 02, but they mix them and blend them.
I had no idea.
I made
yeah. So there you go. You can see the
What'd you
01
make
and
with
02.
that?
Yeah.
Yep. It's the same exact yarn as tinned, just
Okay.
marled. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It
Nice.
is. Nicely
I
done.
don't remember what size I made. It may have been the 2nd or 3rd.
It's on your page.
It's on my Ravelry page. I didn't make any modifications except for the modification that I always do. I didn't start my sleeve decreases till somewhere like around my elbow-ish.
Because of your guns.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I actually usually put increases here. And they're getting lower and lower.
yeah, my
That
bust
ribbing will
down
hold them
here
in.
now.
What, Laura?
I said all that ribbing will hold it all together.
That's right. It's suck it in.
Spanx.
Yeah.
Sleeve spanks.
Thanks. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that is what we're wearing. Should we do whips or
Okay.
FOs?
Let's do FOs.
FOs. Okay. Kim.
I'll start. So this was a major FO, and I had an old ranunculus unfinished sitting in a bag somewhere. Laura doesn't even remember. And I finished it. Well, I have some ends to weave in, but it is a ranunculus by Midori Hirose. I'm not sure. Sorry. I did it on a US 10, and I used Ito Sokosho, and it comes on the cones like that.
So it's showing black on the screen, but it's navy blue.
It's a dark navy.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yep.
It's a dark navy. It's a DK, and it's 90% wool, 10% cashmere. So
gorgeous.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to use the Ito again. I love the fact that it came on a spool, the cone, and I didn't have to work, and it never split. It was fun to work with. It felt good in my hands. And I believe the price point was pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to use that yarn again.
It's super soft too.
So I had, it's very soft.
Laura, feel.
I made short sleeve. I started long sleeve, and I was doing magic loop, and Laura, I was getting that, line in it, the ladder. So I said, nope, this is going to be a short sleeve sweater because I just want to get it off the needles.
It looks good. It's a short sleeve sweater.
It does.
Yeah.
So I think, and last week it was too hot to wear it. So there'll be a fine medium of the weather around here somewhere. But yeah, who doesn't want a nice little navy sweater, right?
Love it.
We know that. So that's done off the needles. And then I quickly showed this on our last podcast, but the mYak sweater, actually the Paon by Camilla Vad, using mYak baby yak medium in the oatmeal, moss, petrol, and desert.
Desert.
What is this?
Is it
one?
desert? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
oatmeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So everybody heard the saga with the sleeves, but again, another short sleeve sweater.
Yeah.
I knit this in the size large, and I'm regretting it. I think I always have this problem. I think I'm bigger than I am, and you know, I guess I should have my body measurements taken properly, not my own.
But you know what? If you wear it with
Yeah.
like a tight, like long sleeve
Yeah,
shirt,
would
it's
fit.
gonna look great.
It fits,
And
it's
like
just
leggings.
not as flattering as something that would,
Well,
you know.
I mean, look at
Yeah, but that's supposed to be like that. This is supposed to be,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
anyway, so lesson learned again, just knit your size, Kim. You know, so
Beautiful.
but I am happy with it.
It's beautiful.
I think as knitters, we fear something being too small more than too big. And we tend to lean towards too big. And I definitely absolutely went through a big phase like that. And then it was, I was at a knitting retreat and I had, it's hard to explain, but they actually took the bust measurement up here above your bust, like your underarm measurement. And she's like, that's really what you should work off of. And I started to knit a smaller size than I did typically. But you know, because if you knit something too small, you can't wear it. If it's too big, you can wear it.
Right,
You
right.
know, like,
That's
so you want to
exactly-
air. Yeah. So
Or
I
I
think
I'm
it's a
just
pretty.
right in between the sizes, like a medium and a half. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it? Isabel Kramer, I believe, on some of her patterns has an M1 and an M2. Am I
Yes,
wrong?
a medium one.
Right?
I've seen that before.
I think it's
And I
Yeah.
know she says pull out your favorite sweater, take the measurements, but it depends if it's a dolman, it depends if it's a short sleeve,
Yeah.
or if it's crop. Like, so yeah, I have.
It
my-
also depends on the weight of the yarn too.
That's what
Yeah.
You know, that
Yeah.
can make a big difference on how you want it to fit.
Yeah.
Well, and then also, like, what do you do once you get that measurement? You can do the math, but if there's not a size that goes to that math, you have to do a lot more math to try and figure out like how many stitches and what.
You have to swatch.
God, I was bringing this down.
Mute. Sorry, folks, there was some technical difficulties. Laura had to leave us.
You know what? You're not wrong.
No.
You're not wrong. It's just watching.
Do you ever go back? Did you measure your Paon blocked now? And well, okay, valuable lesson. Measure that bust. Did you get the gauge? Is it the size that you thought you were getting? So
Yeah,
is it?
It is a large, but in my.
But I mean, did you? What was the circumference of a large? Did you measure your
I'll
finished
have
sweater?
to go back and look and see. That's a good point. Yeah, because then
Just-
I know that's too big.
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe the large was the right size. But even if you get like half a stitch extra per 4 inches on the sweater, that ends up being a couple inches.
Yeah.
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 Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Look,
I
I'm only
It's the
saying this.
swatch. The swatch didn't lie. It was me in my head. I'm a medium, not a large in something.
That I believe. Yeah, that I believe.
Yeah, a medium and a half.
Anyway.
Depending on the week. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's so frustrating with sweaters sometimes. But
Yeah.
lastly, oh, Kate, where'd
It
it go?
went over on the other on that chair somewhere. Did it
Oh,
go in the
it fell on
bag?
the ground.
Oh.
Kate and I had a weekend together.
Oh,
It happened. Jonna came over and we knit frogs all weekend long.
We did. I think I have the
Stinking
picture.
cute. Had to ice my hands after because I was white knuckling it the whole time.
We are. So Jonna on Knitting Together with Kim and Jonna had mentioned on their podcast, and Kim from Kim and Jonna, they had mentioned that they had half or partially finished frogs.
No
They
appendages.
didn't have appendages. Jonna's was just missing arms. So she came over and did the arms, and Kim made an entire frog, and I felt left out. So here is frog number 5.
Too cute.
Yeah, he's awaiting his arms. His wire is in, but his arms have not been knit yet. But
It was so quick.
they're so fun.
It was
Laura.
fun. It was fun.
Laura.
No, she's okay. She'll just enjoy ours.
Yeah.
She'll enjoy ours. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Knit out of skein cocaine. It's the nicest frog ever. Skein cocaine. Leftovers from my pressed shawl, the succulent color, and Brooklyn tweed. So great way of getting rid of like some yarn that's sitting around. And God knows she's got green yarn sitting around.
I know,
so.
I know. So, and mine, Kim gave me some Brooklyn tweed for his body. I don't, what was that from?
Oh God.
Brooklyn tweed, do you remember? Was this your first one, Chip?
No,
No.
I did Rowan felted tweed.
Oh,
Didn't I? This is, I don't know.
But he's adorable. He's like he got little colored speckles on him. So
anyway, that was the weekend.
Yeah.
All weekend long.
Yeah.
It was nice to have Jonna over.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
So before we knew it, it was like 7.
It was 6.
6 o'clock at night.
We're like, oops, yeah.
I'll go start your cars. No.
It's my bedtime.
Exactly. So that's a lot of knitting for me.
A lot of knitting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Laura, FOs? 0.
0.
Well,
Okay.
you're close.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, wait till
I'm putting it aside. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see. I'm having, I don't know, not even cast on-itis. I'm having knit-itis. You'll see when we get to whips.
Oh, yay.
All right.
That's
Not good and not good.
okay.
Okay. And my only FO is my Aldous, which I feel like I've been knitting a lot and not accomplishing
Fingering.
much.
That's the
True. Yeah.
the tiny needle.
Yeah.
And also all stockinette, which, gets laborious.
Yeah.
Even though it's beautiful when you finish it and that's what you want it to look like.
Yeah.
When you're just knit, it
True.
gets a little boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels longer than it probably was.
Yeah. I think it was longer than it was.
It took you, what, a month?
I think it was longer than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go back and look.
Yeah.
I haven't even been gone for a month and I think you'd already cast it on. Or I've been gone
Just
about a month.
barely. Just
Yeah.
barely cast it on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Kim, whips.
Whips. Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. Laura, you're going to love this one. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull my chair back. It is Easy Like Sunday Morning by
I saw that. Oh God.
Pattern. And I'm doing it in her Sunday morning DK Sonder yarn and my Rhinebeck
which was our
Yeah.
ritual. And so I'm holding it with, got that Kate?
Yep.
Julie Eslin,
It's not
mohair
showing.
and Tolia. Well, here I'll
See if
this is the mohair. See that?
it's like a purple color.
Iridescence in it though.
It's
like,
gorgeous.
so it really makes the
It really
yarn
does bring.
pop.
Yeah. That's better color.
So Kim, that was frogged from. I'm trying to remember now. Quite honestly.
Yeah, so for Rhinebeck, I was knitting a lace pattern, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't
It was
working
bottom
out.
up,
Yeah.
and again,
It's just-
sizing issues had nothing to do with the gauge. It was just, and so I frogged it. Never made a Rhinebeck sweater in that. And this beautiful yarn is just,
It's gorgeous.
it's just sitting there. So
Yeah.
I couldn't not.
Yeah, that's really good yarn. I will definitely use that again. But
And
with that mohair, it's beautiful.
It's
gorgeous,
together.
yes.
So I picked
Yeah.
that up and
Where'd you get?
pick up every stitch.
That's really beautiful.
And the Antolia, I think it's called, is so soft. 60 mohair, 40 silk.
Yeah. It's
So
Ooh.
it's special.
That,
Yeah.
yeah. When I come home, I'm gonna get some mohair from them, and I'll keep that in mind because that's really
and
pretty.
so it is going to be a fold over neck. So that I'll have to sew it down, and it kind of stands up a little bit. So I thought that might be something different
cute.
as opposed to all my other.
And you're on the ribbing on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm on the ribbing. I just have a little, like probably a half an inch more to go, and I'll bind that off. And then
you're ready for
since
sleeves.
and the sleeves will be, it's more of a, I guess I'll call it dolman. Like it's definitely it'll be a shorter.
You're gonna go for full length sleeves.
Yeah, I am. I can't knit it. Pretty soon I'm going to be just wearing tank tops. So
it's really, really beautiful, Kim.
Melissa, I love her style. I love her yarn. So you know what? I'm a big fan
You
of hers.
designed it, correct?
Correct. Yeah, but it goes under Sonder Yarn Company. If you look it up on Ravelry, it's her new
And
company.
is it a free pattern?
Oh yes, of course it is.
Yeah.
They're so generous with their patterns. So
Yeah.
that is the size 4 and a US 10. So 10. Just
Yeah.
Oh,
You knit
fun.
that so fast.
I did knit that up
Yeah.
fast. And again, the stockinette part, you're right. It's like, come on, one more inch. So that's great TV knitting.
Yeah.
So that's one whip. And then my other nippy whip is the post for our knit along. Yay. Should I go there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
It is, I'm going to knit a second post by Julie Hoover. The first one I knit in Shibui, and this one I am knitting in mYak's Baby Camel. And I did do a beautiful swatch, and it told me that I needed to go down a needle size. So I listened, and I started it last night.
Beautiful.
So yeah, squishy, nice. It's going to be a great classic piece. I'm making this size 3. This comes in lots of sizes. So yeah. I'm knitting the size 3 and a US 5, and I'm ready for the knit along. So I'm hoping to whip that out quickly because it's a perfect time of the year to wear it, frankly.
Nice.
I think that's
That's
it for
beautiful.
me. Yeah.
I love the color too.
I do too. The camel
It's a
is
good
really
color.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Another classic color.
Yeah.
So. All right, Laura.
Oh gosh, I do not know where. So I'm long on whips, which
Okay.
is not my usual thing.
No.
But okay. So I showed, this is so hard to show, but my Neil A by Natasha Hornsby. And it starts top down. It's really hard to show here. And it's 2 yarns held together for a marled effect. And then the sleeves are knit first before the body because there's color work in the sleeves. And I knit the first one. I can't remember how far I went into this on the last one, or if I just talked to you guys, I can't remember. But I freaked out when I saw these because it's color work, and I couldn't, I just knew it was going to be too small. And so I went from the ridiculous to the sublime. This was knit, I think, on a 6. I went to a 7 and I knit really loosely, and ta-da! It's so hard to show, but it came out. It's not right. I think what I'm going to do, I just haven't been brave enough. This went into a timeout, and I really like this sweater. It's definitely got that sweatshirty vibe, and I've just got to unravel all this color work, and I'm pretty sure I have more than enough color, because obviously this will end up being small pieces because they got cut and whatever. But I have to unravel both of those sleeves and start over. So that went into a big old timeout. And so here I am in Scotland. I had not limited yarn. I brought a fair amount of stuff with me, and I decided, I was like, oh, I'm just going to cast on my Julie Hoover KAL sweater, which I had wound the skeins before I left. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to see how it is, because I was really excited.
Can't stop.
I finished the entire body a couple days ago, and it is it's not sewn together. This is a bottom up in the round to the sleeve, the armholes, and then knit in pieces each side, and then you block it before you sew the shoulders together. You knit the sleeves from the wrist up and then sew them in, and then you do the neck. And I couldn't put it down. This color, it's like, I've never knit anything red. It is so glorious.
Okay, wait,
it looks great on your skin.
What's the name of the color, Laura?
Amareno. I think it's like a cherry red, and it's a very blue red, which is good for me. I can't do like the yellowy orange reds at all. They look terrible on me. This color, as soon as Paola had some, I can't remember what it's called. It's actually a beautiful top that was almost like a vest in this color, and I forget who it was. It's beautiful. I think it was
Tia Coleman was it at Vogue?
Yes, she was wearing it, and I was like, I love
Tia Coleman, but yeah, I'm not sure. And is that the mYak medium?
It's mYak medium. This color is Amareno, and when I saw it on Paola, I was like, oh, that's what I'm doing. And when I looked at Julie Hoover Patterns, I'd had, it's called the Piedmont, Piedmont, and it had been in my favorite, you know, file on Ravelry for a long time. It's just has my name written all over it. It's like the cables are easy to do. It's like every 4 rows, you just do 2 by 2, left, right, you know, whatever. And then it gets staggered. It's just, oh, I love it. I just couldn't put it down. And it was definitely making me happy. So I just kind of kept going. I'm going to put that aside.
Flat and then you seam it.
No, they're knit in the round.
And then you sew it in.
Yeah.
And then, and obviously then once you get to the cap, it'll be back and forth, but it's knit in the round. And then they just, you know, supposedly just, you know, work well together. And she's a really good pattern writer, as we all know. So then I knew that I didn't want to lug this around because this comes in this, you know, bag. And I was like, oh, I need something for knit night, something really super easy. So I went to Be Inspired, which is in the Marchmont section of Edinburgh, which is over by the university. And I bought this West Yorkshire Spinners Illustrious. It's 70% Falkland wool, 30% British alpaca. I don't know if you can see that, in this blue color. And after one false start of picking a pattern that really was not a good knit night, I just said, screw it, excuse me. I'm gonna knit a Sophie scarf. And I literally just cast on, and I'm just going, and I'm just gonna knit till I get to what I, you know, halfway, and then start to decreasing. But it's perfect knit night knitting.
Yeah.
Because it's completely mindless. It's garter and, you know, I-cord edging. So
how many knit nights
so I
have you
bought
gone
that.
to?
I've actually only made it to 2. The first one was weird and kind of crowded, and I was also really tired. I think it was this, I'd only been here for about a week, and then the next week I couldn't make it, and then I went this Monday, and it was really fun. It was a smaller group. I really got to kind of talk to people. There's 2 women in the knit night group who live in the neighborhood that I do. Both happen to be Americans over here for a period of time. I don't know how long. And so one of them was knitting socks, and I was like, oh, darn it. Like I really want to conquer my like resistance to socks, because again, it's a really nice like, but I don't love knitting in a small circumference. But she was doing them, and she actually did 2 at a time on 2 circular needles. So that was Monday morning. Today's only Wednesday. So Tuesday morning I got up and I looked on a video on that, and I was like, oh my God. Like and I think the thing with socks, it's usually just the very beginning that's hard, and then kind of once you get into it. So anyway, so I went, this is going to turn out to be a long story. So yesterday, Tuesday, Amy Palco, who basically kind of seems to run the knit night, even though somebody else started it, the woman who owns Ginger Twist, I think officially started it, but Amy's definitely kind of the administrator and, you know, has the WhatsApp group thing. She asked me to go for coffee, and we went to a museum, the National Museum of Scotland, I think it's called. And it was over on that side of town. And I just said, you know, when we're done, I'm going to go to Be Inspired and get some sock yarn. Oh. And I got a German yarn, Schopel Admiral Tweed Bunt. Don't even ask me what that means, but it's a light fingering sock yarn with nylon and polyamide. I tried 5 or 6 times to cast on a toe up socks, and I finally just said, yep, and cast on a cuff down. It's just, you know, I literally just am working on the ribbing. Decided to do it. I bought double pointed needles and a circular, a chai gu, because I really prefer the cords for that. And I'm just gonna see how it goes. But I've got to figure out how to do toe up, because I really think that's what I want to make. But anyway, so I'm going to try to knit some socks because it's just such an easy portable bring with you project. I've made so many hats for people, and I feel like socks, like especially for my kids, I feel like they'd really love socks. And you know, I don't know. I'm going to try, and it's a good thing to do.
So when I did the sock class with my group, we did toe up socks, and I think it's called, it might be Judy's Magic.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. It's so fiddly, and it makes me feel like I have like, is that Remy making?
Yeah, Remy trying to come in, and it has a swinging door, and it wasn't a swinging door. He's fine, everybody.
He's all good.
Yeah. Never gonna go to the door again.
Yeah.
So when I'm trying to do it, I feel like my hands are about 10 times bigger, and it's like, and I know it's just the first, especially with the toe up cast on, because obviously you've got to try to figure out how to do it. And it's like it was 8 stitches on each needle. It was just, I got so sick of it.
You know what you're doing? You're thinking too much.
Me? Shocking.
Yes.
Shocking.
Yep.
Anyway, so right now I'm doing cuff down, and I'm just gonna have socks, and I'm gonna work on it. Like anyone who does knit socks, they kind of always come up with their favorite thing, and I just want to kind of knit socks until I kind of just figure out what's easy for me.
Ray knows exactly how many to cast on, what number to cut. They have their recipe.
Logan used to do that. Remember, she knew like what. So I just, it's something I want to work on, because I need a couple little projects. Just sometimes my head's not there. I'm knitting a lot of sweaters, but they're always, it's a big commitment. And how many more sweaters do I actually need? I've knit a million hats. I have a lot of favorite hats that I love, and I've given a lot as gifts. And I don't want to knit huge shawls anymore, even though, when I see them, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, they're so beautiful, but I just don't really wear them. So I decided to try socks.
Go for it.
There you go.
We'll see. Yeah. And just a little aside, I told Kim and Kate this already, but when I was in this museum yesterday with Amy, this woman kind of very quietly kind of came up and said something along the lines of, oh, I'm a big fan. And, I naturally assumed that she was talking to Amy. Amy Palco, for anyone who doesn't know, has this beautiful, long, very white gray hair. She's very striking looking. So I just was like, oh, she just knows who Amy is, and she's talking to her.
And it turns out like a gazillion followers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she is so kind. She has been so incredibly kind and welcoming to me. I can't even express that enough. But so it turns out that this woman, Louise, hi Louise, is a big fan of the Knitting Posse. And it was a very awkward, we were at this Bernat Klein exhibit, and I was like, I just didn't understand what was going on at first. And then a little while later, it's not a huge exhibit, I was down in the gift shop, and Amy was elsewhere for a bit. And I ended up talking to Louise and her friend Lindsay, and they were so lovely. And it was really fun. But it still shocks me. Like, I could be in a museum in Scotland and somebody comes up to me and is like, oh my God, I love the Knitting Posse.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's just amazing. So it was really fun.
Worldwide now.
That's right.
I know. And somebody, one of the American women was like, well, how do you know Amy? I go, well, I have a friend who lives in Bermuda who is a Patreon. And it's like, oh my God, it's an amazing community. Like, we live in Connecticut. We met Beth. She was in Bermuda. She knew about Amy. I didn't, because I famously don't really watch podcasts, and she connected me with her, and thank the Lord.
Yeah.
So nice. So nice. But it was really fun to run into a fan. So nice. And she was so nice. Like, we would, if she lived near us, we would totally be hanging out with her.
Does she live in Edinburgh?
She did. And her friend, I'm pretty sure they both grew up here, like have lived here their whole lives. Yeah. Nice. So it's a beautiful city. So I'm not surprised to meet people. It's also, like any European city, very international. I hear all kinds of voices and accents on the street, but I think a lot of people who grow up here stay here. It's a beautiful city.
Nice. Wow. That's so great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right, that was my very long-winded whips.
That's okay. It's to go for the sock.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna try. Sometimes I just feel like I need something like
So John is
less.
doing the cut in sock. And
Yeah.
whatever, cut it in. And she loves it. She said it's so easy.
Yeah.
She
She actually made the whole tube cuff to cuff, right? And then
Well, no,
Yeah.
she
She
did
did that.
cuff to toe. And the reason
And
she
then-
did that is because when she cut it, she wanted the stitches to be going the same way. Because if you
Right.
do it cuff to cuff,
your V's are
then your
different.
feet go the opposite way.
That's right.
Like anyone
Yeah,
who's
okay.
looking at your feet that carefully,
Maybe
but
it feels different.
it might.
It might feel different.
It might. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just going to explore socks just on the side. I'm still going to be knitting my sweaters and whatever, but I just feel like I need to do a deep dive into socks and kind of figure out what works for me and what I like. And honestly, I when I was really fiddling with that toe up cast on, I was like, why are you not starting with like a DK sock on a bigger needle just to sort of figure it out? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
these are size ones, and
Yeah.
this yarn is a light fingering, and I'm like, well, who cares if they're like thick socks? Like, just to start and get going. And so maybe have another trip to a yarn shop and say, maybe when I try to do the toe up again,
You try it on
do
a
it.
thicker yarn.
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
kind of
makes
get
sense.
used to it.
Yeah. My first
Yeah,
pair of
it's just
socks were DK, and they were my only pair of socks. So
Look, I've tried before and not liked it, but I just, for some reason, I'm like, I need to know.
well,
Like,
I
need
think
to be
it's like a
comfortable with it.
sleeve. You know, you have to do the other one. It's like,
I know, and I should be doing the two at a time, but that's like a little too much
I
brain
know.
power for me.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Oh yeah, here she goes.
so no socks here, but
Only
I
frogs.
I do have this frog whip, but my other finished frogs helped me to actually frog my Moreau Lake knit.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had started it on the recommended needle size, which I believe was a 2, and they were like skin tight. And so I actually was like up to here on the first one. So I frogged it. And the other day I was over here knitting with Kim, and I'm like, you know what? I think it'd be a good idea to cast these on and do them 2 at a time. So I recasted them on, and I am knitting
right?
2 at a time with my 4 balls of yarn in here. The 2
Wow. That's
so
impressive.
when I'm actually knitting, so the first thing I did was I cast it on one, I did the Latvian braid, I slid it onto another needle, I cast it on the second one, did the Latvian braid, slid this one back onto the needle, slid this one on the right way, and then I started doing them 2 at a time. So basically, the red is my beginning of the round on my right mitten. So the only thing that's going to be different on them is when I get to the thumb gussets, one is going to be over here on this side, and one is going to be over here on this side.
Too much for me.
So, and when I go ahead.
You could just take them off and do the thumb gussets and then put them back on.
No, because it's too many rows. It's easy enough to do.
Okay.
Because I have the ball. So when I'm actually knitting them, I have the 2 balls for one mitten on one side, the 2 balls for the other mitten on the other side. And then I have like I carry the like beige color. I forget what it's called actually. And I don't think I brought the tags. Oh, maybe I did.
Yeah, there's one.
There's one. So this is the Moreau Lake mittens. It's by Kelborn Woolens in their camper base, which is again fingering. This one is called Oatmeal Heather.
Yeah, that says oatmeal heather. Yeah.
And this one might be green heather. It's some kind of heather also, but it's like a green color.
Beautiful.
So I carry the dominant color, which is the oatmeal, under the green. So when I arrange the 4 balls next to me, I have the greens like in the front and then the oatmeal's in the back. And then I just kind of back and forth with the needle. And then if I have to get up.
What happens if you have to go to the bathroom?
I take the 2 balls from one side and move them very carefully to the other side, and then go to the bathroom and then come back and take those 2 balls and put them right back across my lap again.
I have a headache.
Oh my God. It's like when you were knitting that beautiful cardigan.
Right.
during COVID,
Oh,
when you had
the
COVID.
Gambier. Yes,
Gambier.
The
yes.
Gambier with all
But
the balls of yarn.
I was like quarantined to my room, so I had my whole king size bed to spread those balls out all over the place. Yeah. So I just started them again, but at least they're casted on. And like you said, it's sort of like socks. So I love the idea of socks. I just don't like the execution of socks. So
Yeah. So I actually have those with me, and I completely forgot about them, and that's what I should have cast on instead of this sock.
No, because you don't need these right now. You do the socks
True.
and then do these. You don't need them for a long time.
If this turns into a pair of socks that I actually wear, I'll be surprised. But,
yeah, so that's Moreau Lake by Kelburn Woolens, and I think Kevin is the only one of the 5 of us that has actually finished his. I don't know. Ray was talking about frogging his. You haven't started.
I haven't started. I wound up the yarn. So
yeah, so
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I have to remind myself how good those felt when we tried them on.
Oh yeah, they were so good.
But
yeah.
like you said, intermittents. I won't be wearing them again till a couple of months. So.
Yeah.
Couple months. Yeah. Wow.
A lot of them, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was one whip. And then my second whip is my Julie Hoover knit along. And did we say who Frog was by?
Claire
Garland or Dot Pebbles Knit. So that's Frog. I just had that with me. My other whip is my knit along for Julie Hoover. It is a pattern called Gemma. I am using Julie's new yarn Studio Blend number 2, which is a merino cashmere mix, and I'm using the Cutaway Pearl. And
ta-da!
Yeah, you know what? You did pretty good. Last time I saw you, you got into cabling. Here, hold it.
It's so again with the sizes, like I did swatch and I did block my swatch, and I did have to go down a needle size. So I'm trying to find proof of swatch.
No,
here
you
it
did
is.
a good size.
Proof of swatch right there. Oh, right there.
There's mine. Look big.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That is huge. It's like almost a half a
You
bar.
could lie on it on the beach. Like a beach towel.
It could be like a little lovey in your purse.
Bigger than the first swatch I did.
Yeah. So I did my swatch, and like you can see a little marker there. I actually even blocked the first part of it that I did on the larger needle, which is the needle that it calls for, excuse me. And I didn't get gauge. So I had to go down a needle size. But I also, while I was looking at the pattern, I decided to do the smallest size, not the second size, because it's a very oversized sweater, but I didn't want it to be so oversized.
You did the opposite of what I would do then.
I know, but now last night I'm like trying it on. I'm like, oh, did I do it too, like I'm so short. Did I do it too small? Like, am I gonna have enough room in here? I think I will. I think I just, because it does.
What happened? What happened when you blocked your swatch? Did it get bigger?
It did not. No, it didn't change.
Huh.
But like, look at the stretch this has.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like it's got a lot of give off the needle,
Yeah.
and it's cables which are pulling it in, and ribbing. So I think I'm gonna be fine.
About an inch.
Like when I not aggressively stretch it, when I stretch it just normally,
just it getting wet.
I get the width that it's supposed to be. So I think with my blocking wires, so I gotta get this done by June when Laura comes back here for the month, so she can block my sweater properly for me.
You can block together.
I will be happy to.
But again, it's a fingering weight sweater. And this is the back. I still need to do the front.
Okay, Kate.
Yeah.
I follow on Instagram some I forget what it's called, like some fashion styling thing. And one of the things that they say is you should pull colors that match your hair. And if you look at that and your hair, it is stunning.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
Didn't say where. I miss you guys.
Well, anyway, it's what I'm doing. I'm committed.
It's happening.
It's happening. It might take
It's gonna
me
be beautiful.
3 years to finish it, but
Do the cables all go the same way, or does one? Do they alternate?
no, they don't. Thank you, Julie Hoover. So here, can you hold that end? So this is I actually have markers in here for each repeat of the pattern, but this red marker in the middle is the middle.
Oh,
and
you switched
on one side the cables go to the right, and then the other side the cables go to the left. And
cool.
Like, Julie Hoover, you're killing me right now. Fingering, and I have to think about switching my cables. And you know what I'm doing?
What?
Cabling without a cable needle.
Laura, did you cable without a cable needle on your red sweater?
I tried and no.
Would you use your flute?
No, I have a little, I didn't use a flute. I have a little cable needle that,
okay. Yeah.
that I love, and it's just easy. And these were really easy.
Without a cable needle.
It's
Yeah.
stiff enough.
It actually is.
Unblocked.
It is pretty stiff unblocked, and it is actually, as I like manipulate it, it is softening up. And so I think once I block it, it's going to be really soft, and I'm going to
It's going to be so beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm going to look just like as lovely as this woman here in
Gemma?
the picture. Yes.
I think you're going to look lovelier.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So
I just, it's so good.
So that's
and that color, like it's so good.
Yeah,
it's a good color.
It is.
And I figured it'd be a classic, white cabled sweater, like
that.
You'll be able to wear it with jeans, shorts, anything, like anything.
Yeah.
You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's gonna be glorious.
It's gonna be in your closet for a while.
It is. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Unless someone steals it.
I know. Well, it's gonna be too small for me. So
unless someone steals it.
Yeah, no one will steal it. Okay, and that's all my whips.
Wait till your boys start asking for fingering weight sweaters.
No.
No.
Not happening.
Maybe when they have babies. That's about it.
Okay, Kim, acquisitions.
I have nothing. I have no acquisitions.
I mean, I don't either.
Wow.
Laura?
Well, and I already showed you mine. It was my yarn for my Sophie and the shawl, the sock yarn. But the only thing that I'm jonesing for, but I'm going to wait till I get home, and especially I'm excited to see that the La Bien-Aimée, was it the mohair you got?
No, Julie
Aslin.
Oh, Julie Aslin, sorry. Anka Strick came out with a sweater that I've been waiting for and dying for. It's called the Lenu, Lenu, and it calls for Brooklyn tweed loft held with a mohair, and I have had Brooklyn tweed loft.
How do you spell it again?
Lenu, Lenu. And it's so beautiful, and I have the loft in my stash, and I need a mohair, and the loft I have is like the light gray, and I bought that
stash. Oh, I bought it 18 years ago, and I have a
this was actually early COVID when Brooklyn Tweed did a like pay what you want.
Look at that.
I've been eyeing this one too.
It's beautiful.
I was waiting. She teased that like months and months ago, and I was actually going to buy the mohair before I left and bring that with me, and I just decided not to.
Oh, it's super.
So good.
Yeah,
that's gorgeous.
So I need a good mohair. Like I want a light colored mohair, but I want to bring it. Yeah. She actually has a hood separate that goes with that.
You can buy separately. Yeah, this woman has it on. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it lines up, like the pattern in the front and the pattern on the back lines up with the pattern on the sweater.
And
I don't think I'll be doing that. But.
Oh, she did hers with this woman with Ito Sensei.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn Tweed. So that I've used the Ito mohair too. It's very nice.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. So I will be going to pick up every stitch when I get home to pick out a mohair for that. Yeah, that'll be a fall knit project for me.
Oh, too many good patterns out there.
I know. Too
much. Yeah, it's in my favorites too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
You made the Dartmoor, right?
Is that Strick also?
No, sorry, sidetrack. It is Kadri, the what?
I did. I never blocked it before I
Yeah.
left.
Oh, that's pretty.
I didn't love it. It's a like a thick yarn with it. What?
Yeah, like a sweatshirt, heavy sweatshirt.
But it's heavy.
Oh, it's bulky.
Oh,
Bulky with a mohair, yeah.
yes.
And
yes,
I
that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and block that. I can't remember if I
You could look it
actually.
up you could look it up on Ravelry if she made it, Kim.
I know,
Oh,
Laura. This is another
I'm
sweater.
so bad. I'm sorry.
Dia sweater.
Yeah, I have that in my favorites too. Love it.
That's
That one's
too.
pretty. And that
we have-
to
yeah,
make
we have
that.
the
We have
yarn for
yarn for
that.
that.
Yeah.
There's so many.
In my stash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know we have
Okay.
that one.
I know. So many sweaters, so not enough time.
Not enough
And
time.
then Petite Knits has that new striped sweater out that is adorable. It looks like that designer Lelaine. Maybe it's not.
Oh,
new.
I saw the poppy tee. I thought that's what you were gonna say.
I know the poppy tee is adorable. That's short sleeve, but it's Petite Knits. Let me look her up.
But and then
probably
there's
not
the other one by Woolfolk,
Oh,
Oh, I
That's
love
like-
that one.
a basket weave.
Oh yeah, I love that.
that's her jean.
Leon sweater.
Yeah.
And then this one's called the Belfair
Oh my
pullover.
God. Did you see that, Laura?
She sent it to me.
Oh.
I sent it to both of you.
Yes.
Kim ignored it. I love that. That's
I didn't
working.
ignore it.
what?
You know what else
Oh.
I love is Rebecca Kraemer.
Yes, her
pink
cardigan.
and- no, well, that you love. But the
Foreign.
pink and orange striped sweater.
Yeah,
So
a
good.
lot of people are test knitting that right now in the knit group.
That's so cool. Somebody asked in the knit group what the name of the pub is that you go to.
The Willow,
Okay. Yeah, she
I
had
think.
Laura answered that. Did she? Yes.
I haven't been on there at all. Okay.
Yes.
Did I don't even remember.
Trick tidbit.
I have 0.
Me too. I'm so
Hey, come on, people.
well.
All right, I have one.
Okay.
Read your pattern.
Oh. Sounds so easy.
It does sound so
Sounds
easy.
So easy.
So easy. Read your pattern, trust your pattern, and then do exactly what your pattern
It's true.
says.
It's true. If you just freaking follow the directions.
So, for example, Frog, his pattern is like what, 15, 16 pages long, and it goes line by line
But
by
it's
line.
like step one.
Yes.
Step two.
Yes. Yeah. So just read it and do it. And sometimes it's not going to make sense, but when you finish, you get that adorable little frog, and like he works. We don't know why he works. It's just magic. When you're making the Gemma, just read the pattern and do what Julie Hoover says, because then the stitch count works. Like I spent way too much time once I got up to the cables, like trying to figure out like, wait a minute, she's telling me to knit so and so and then start the cable pattern. I'm like, that doesn't match up. This red marker isn't in the middle. Like just stop, take a breath, read the pattern, and do what the pattern says.
Don't overthink it.
Thanks for that advice.
That's my tip.
Sounds so easy.
It really does.
I know.
But like when you stop and think about it, like just that's what you need to do. So Laura, to do Judy's magic cast on, just
Don't overthink it.
yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right. Yeah, so Joe, I hope you're joining us on the knit along. Type in below what you're making if you
Yes.
are. I'd
Yeah.
love to see. We have the
Or have almost finished.
yeah, that's okay.
that's good.
You started it.
That's
You're
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and follow our Ravelry page.
Follow our Ravelry
project.
page. Follow hashtag JH mYak Posse KAL on Instagram and post there. And then come join us on our cast on Zoom on Saturday, April 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And we'd love to see you all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be fun. I know.
Yeah.
I think the knitting knit together with Kim and Jana will be on.
I think so. I think
So,
so.
who knows?
Nice.
Yeah.
Laura Hussey all the way from Scotland.
All the
will
way
be
from
on.
Scotland. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is going to be interesting because we're not doing
We're going
it live.
back. Yeah,
so
we're going back to the old format. Yep.
So,
So-
yeah, definitely.
All right.
Let's see. Anything
Thanks for
else,
watching,
Laura?
everybody.
We miss you.
We do miss you.
I miss you guys.
All right.
I'm glad you're having fun though.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right, everybody. Till next time. Till Saturday.
Bye.
All right. Bye. So, hold on. Bye.
Hold, please.